been too hot. It's been too hot to ride. I have to confess, I haven't been riding this last month. And that is because it has been way too hot here. The humidity and outright heat, it's been shocking. And it's just like, I mean, I do not ride without full gear. I never ride with casual gear. I always have the full armour when I ride. It's just my thing. It's part of my risk management, part of my risk appetite with riding. If I'm going to ride, I ride with full gear. And when it is in the mid to high 30s or early 40s degrees Celsius plus intense humidity, you just can't ride very far without absolutely, where's it? Grasshopper. Hello, grasshopper. Hello, go. Grasshopper. When do I stop? When your eyes are like mine. We digress. Anyhow, so it's just been too hot. Okay, it's not pleasant. The pros are outnumbered by the cons when it is that sort of temperature here. So, you know, spring and autumn and even last winter were awesome. And today's not too bad, but it's hot, okay? It's hot as. And so, given that, I thought I might report back to you. Look at this traffic. Traffic in the last couple of days has gone nuts here. Nuts. Something has changed in the ecosystem. Oh yeah, so I've never seen it like this. Yesterday was the same. So what I thought I might do is report back on how this motorcycle handles the heat, because of course there's been a lot of conjecture about this particular format and hot weather riding. So I'm going to talk to you about that today. As soon as I get through this shit fine. Holy shut. Patience is a virtue on a motorcycle. It really is. So I'm going to do some naughtiness. Took me, it's a 12-kilometre ride to the office. Took me 2 hours yesterday in the car. And that's the main reason I'm on the bike today. Just cannot do it. And look at this, just carving up peak hour, look at that. I've just say that right there, that's 25 minutes of waiting, of queue time, saved right there. And I'm low on fuel, I've just realised. Bugger! So we're going to talk about hot weather riding in just a second. First thing I want to say is, look at this, I'm at a traffic light, I've been sitting here for a few minutes, and the bike's running smoothly as, and unlike the Aprilia, which by now would have shut down, I'm not kidding, go and see my videos on it, because of overheating, the heating systems, cooling systems on this motorcycle are working, okay? There's no issue, there's no overheating on the bike in an Aprilia sense. There's just nothing like it. Honestly, my experience with Aprilia, from the sales process to the ownership, I mean, oh god, I can't ever see myself owning another one, honestly. So piss poor. Anyway, it's not about that. So look, the cooling systems work on this bike. I've had 2 Panigales and a number of Ducatis over the years, and quite a number of these V4 variants, and they do get hot, okay? The engine itself and the exhaust get hot. I have been, whilst I've been riding a lot, obviously I've ridden enough through summer and scorching heat to be able to tell you that this bike is vastly improved, okay? I have never been in a situation where the heat coming out of the engine has been like that Panigale, burn your leg off, I've got to get off the bike hot. Okay, has not happened. And this is probably the hottest summer I can recall in an age since the antediluvial, and I've not had that problem where it just gets searing, like so hot on the bike that you can't bear it. It's been more the ambient temperature that has stopped me riding, not the bike itself. So you wouldn't not pick this bike based on that old problem of Ducati V4 getting too hot. You wouldn't. I've had no discernible notice in performance differences in the heat. So look, my conclusion is that for hot weather, whilst riding generally I don't do a lot of in this particular climate, I'm not selecting to ride because of the heat on this bike. Now the multi-strata is another level up in terms of being cooler. Okay, so the multi, same sort of engine more or less, gets hot, but it's probably better again. And we're about to find out what the multi-strata RS is like, because surely they'll be delivered in the next 2 or 3 months to Australia, and I have my name on one. And I cannot wait. My bike situation is my driveways project is still ongoing, and so my BMW M1000R and my V4s multi-strata are at different locations currently, and I'm missing them both. Yes, I am missing the BMW M1000R. I know I've been a bit negative about its character. I know, but I am missing it. I saw a guy on one yesterday, and I just jumped out of the traffic at me, and I was like, oh yeah, I miss you, baby. I miss you, baby. But so much so, in fact, I might just go get it back, put it back in the garage, even though it's not finished. Building projects, man, they take forever. Far out. So the Brentune, at these low speeds, as I've done a video on it, and I ride the bike more, it has definitely improved, particularly in the road modes of this motorcycle. And again, with the impact of super hot weather, no noticeable discernible difference there. So for those of you who are worried about the bike in the heat, don't. Not a problem. And I'm telling you, I'm coming to you from scorched earth. Okay, it's not like just a mildly warm summer afternoon. It is scorched earth here. Now I'm right in terms of my summer riding gear. I know I mentioned that I only ride with full armour, and that is the case. However, I do make some modifications. You'll notice my jacket is a different jacket to my winter one. It is still a Dainese, but it's a high flow one, and it does a pretty good job. I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath. I'm not wearing my airbag. It's just putting an airbag on in this climate would just I'd die of something else. I'd die of heat exhaustion. So I don't have the airbag on, and I stick with the Kevlar jeans and my now well worn in BMW M series gloves, which are a little hot, but they're just so comfy. Now that I've worn them in, they weren't comfy to begin with, I can tell you that. But yeah, so my high flow jacket and no airbag in this weather. Although in the winter I'll chuck on my full leather jacket, the airbag, and away I go. So anyway, I'm getting some fuel up here. I'm going to enjoy some sights on the way to the city, and just a quick update for you. Sorry I haven't been doing many videos so far this year. I will sort that out in due course, just a bit on. Anyway, see you later. Okay, it's really heating up now. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about, and not the bike, just the day. Oh, my forehead is sweating bullets. I wish I could feel sweat dripping down between my shoulder blades into my bum crack. Oh. I've had a few people ask me what it's like without a fuel gauge, and I know we all whinged about this bike, and we all whinge about this bike because there's no fuel gauge. An interesting positive side impact, consequence, benefit of no fuel gauge is, drumroll please, bumper bumper bumper, less fuel anxiety. Because I know there's no gauge, I'm not thinking about it, I'm not even looking at it, I don't even worry about the trip meter anymore. Don't want to know, don't care. And when the light comes on orange, well, okay, I'll go and get some fuel. It's actually not a bad way to live. With all the bikes with fuel gauges, you're kind of constantly looking at it. So you've kind of got this base level of fuel anxiety. On this bike you don't, and I wonder if in the product development meetings, the boffins sitting around designing this bike, I wonder if some geek went, hey, let's not do it because it'll create less fuel anxiety. That wouldn't have been the accent. I can't do an Italian accent, but I wonder. I doubt it. I doubt it. But it's an interesting side benefit. I don't think about it. Now, if you're doing a lot of miles, and you need to know because you don't have a lot of, petrol stations around, and so having waiting for the orange light's not convenient. We use the trip meter. Okay, different problem, but for most of us, daily riding, it's not an issue. And in fact, less fuel anxiety. Interesting, eh? Interesting. I bet you didn't think about that one, and I certainly didn't. But that is a thing. It's not, I'm not making it up. It's not like, hello, sir. I'm not like just making it up. It's actually a real thing. I'm suffering less fuel anxiety because I don't have a fuel gauge. There you go. Sorry about riding all this traffic. It is what it is. Sometimes the ride's not about the ride. It's about the chat. It's about the observations. It's about the information. And just because can't get out there and do a beautiful country lane ride every day. So sorry about the traffic. But it's it's all I can do at this very minute, this very moment. I'm going to tell you a funny story. Another thing that's been impacting my riding, I have had the most bizarre injury. The most bizarre injury. I developed a very, very painful sore right thumb. Okay, it just happened overnight. And this lump appeared in the pad of my thumb, which made just about everything bloody impossible and made riding actually quite painful. And even putting on a glove, painful, right? It was that sort of injury. Anyway, I got a bit worried about it. It's a Harley. I got a bit worried about it, and so I did what most of us do these days when you get some weird ailment. I googled it. And which is sometimes a dangerous thing to do, and of course I thought I had all sorts of things, but my conclusion, as my own diagnosis, was that I had a cyst, a ganglion cyst, in my right thumb. Anyways, I went to the doctor and said, and it wasn't going away, and it was bloody sore, and I was getting in the way of day-to-day stuff, so I went to the doctor and said, mate, can you put a needle in this and get rid of it, or what do I have to do to get rid of this thing? He said, let's not jump to conclusions, go and get a ultrasound. So I did yesterday, and this big Eastern European doctor, who was a man of few words, ultrasounded my thumb, and after about 5 minutes of doing that, taking pictures, he goes, right, I'll send the pictures to the doctor, see you later, get out. And I'm like, hang on mate, hang on, my doctor said you might be able to put a needle in it. He goes, mate, there's nothing to put a needle in. Oh, what do you mean? It turned out, he said, it's not a cyst, because I said it's a cyst. He goes, no, it's not. And anyway, it's a bursitis. I said, what's bursitis? He goes, it's from overuse. I'm like, overuse? And immediately, I knew what I'd done. For Christmas, I made a decision that, I got young kids, I made a decision that the war against screen time was over. I was just sick of chasing my kids and cautioning them and rationing and harassing them about screen time. I gave up. I lost the war. I just gave up. Not only did I lose the war, I said to myself, well, if I can't beat them, I'm going to join them. So I bought a Nintendo Switch and started playing Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. What an incredible game. Amazing, addictive, friggin' awesome. And guess what? Gave me bursitis on my right thumb, because the toggle and the buttons, I've obviously been pushing it too hard or using it too much. And I've got Zelda thumb. Zelda thumb. Yeah, I bet you the doctor's never heard of that. Oh yeah, you got Zelda thumb. It's a thing. The Zelda thumb is actually a thing, and I've got it, and it's bloody painful. So there you go, that's my funny story. That's what I've got for you today, and I'll have some fun, more interesting motorcycle related content coming. In the meantime, enjoy your February, and I hope 2024 is going well for you so far. See you later from Zelda Thumb. I might change my YouTube avatar. Zelda Thumb. XODAS no more. I reckon this dude on his old Harley's trying to race me. But those cobwebs on the back are acting like a parachute, slowing him down. Alright, for those of you who aren't from the coast, you want to know what that thing on the back of his bike is on the right hand side, that framey doodacky thing. It's a surfboard mount. He's a surfer, he puts a surfboard on that and goes surfing on his Harley. How cool. Only here in Australia. O'clock in the morning, it's already 30 plus degrees Celsius. And I've got nipple sweat.
Don't seek approval, I don't seek forgiveness.